this is the last word, and I'm Maria Shakil. In an era of slice and splice of sound bites, of half-truths and incomplete pictures, where politicians understand fully well that their long sentences could be spliced for setting counter-narratives by their opponents, does Rahul Gandhi provide that opportunity way too often to the BJP? After his controversial comment on religious freedom in Virginia, which led to Sikh groups holding a protest march to the residence of Sonia Gandhi in New Delhi, to his latest coming in during his interaction with students at Georgetown University. Listen in to what Rahul said.
If you add up Dalits, tribals, OBCs, they come to 73%. Out of 70 people, there's one tribal. I think 3 Dalits, 3 OBCs. So, and I think a minority. So, 90% of India, in the government of India, has access to less than 10% of the positions that determine how money is going to be spent. We will think of scrapping reservations when India is a fair place. And India is not a fair place.
Hitting out at Rahul Gandhi's remarks, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said, it has become a habit for the Congress leader to stand with forces that conspire to divide the country. Mr. Shah, in fact, took to X to write, and I quote him, Rahul Gandhi's statement lays bare the Congress's politics of causing rifts on the lines of regionalism, religion and linguistic differences. By speaking about abolishing reservations in the country, Rahul Gandhi has once again brought the Congress's anti-reservation face to the forefront. The thoughts that were in his mind eventually found their way out as words, unquote. With just 2 weeks to go for elections in Haryana, a state with 20% SC votes, the BJP did not want to miss an opportunity to beat the Congress with the same bat they faced in the Lok Sabha polls, where the India bloc ensured a considerable dent in some pockets by building the narrative that the 400 Par slogan of the BJP was to amend the constitution and allegedly alter the reservation policy. Rahul Gandhi, realizing that it could impact the political fortunes of the Congress, since the state, Haryana I'm talking about, only 4 months ago gave 5 seats to them, with the coming together of the SCs and the Jats, immediately issued a clarification.
Somebody misquoted me yesterday saying that I'm against reservations. I've been saying again and again and again, we're going to increase reservations beyond 50%. And I'm not against reservations.
It said all is fair in love, war and politics. The BJP is returning the favor that the Congress leader gave ahead of the polls. When will India reach an equitable state to do away with reservation? And will the BJP's attempt to build the narrative that the former Congress president and leader of opposition is anti-reservation pay electoral dividends? Joining me now is Dr. Anshul Avijit, spokesperson of the Congress. Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan is spokesperson of the BJP. We have Salim Dharanidharan, national spokesperson of DMK, Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst, and also Dr. Rani Tokas is a sociologist joining me as well. I'm going to begin with the politicians on the show, and Guru Prakash Paswan first. Guru, for the last few months, 3 words which have been associated with Rahul Gandhi through his multiple speeches has been reservation, constitution and OBC. So how will this counter narrative really help you? Will you be able to convince the people that Rahul Gandhi is anti-reservation when he has actually quite literally specified the politics and changed the politics of the party because of his stand on reservation?
Maria, a very warm good evening to you and all my fellow panelists. Maria, we have to understand that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is holding a constitutional position. He is the leader of opposition. And the kind of, I'm sorry I'm using the word verbal diarrhea, he's spreading in the US is very uncalled for. We have seen in the past that there has been a political norm. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji was leader of opposition, but he never spoke on domestic political issues, from Ilhan Umar to the comments on reservation. Let me make another thing very clear on your show tonight. No force in the world, Maria. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Madam Priyanka Gandhi, Madam Sonia Gandhi, entire Congress party ecosystem cannot even imagine to touch the reservation that has been given by Baba Saheb Ambedkar. It is our constitutional right, it is our fundamental right. ये कोई राहुल गांधी जी ने खैरात में नहीं दिया है. That he has the audacity to say that we will scrap reservation. Oh
Where
my
did he
God,
say that?
this is nothing but
He is
love
talking
straining to the
about
idea of
if
social
India
justice.
becomes a fair place. That's a utopian idea.
Maria, you are a very senior journalist. You would very well remember 2015 assembly election. What did the RSS chief said? He said that there might be a time where reservation can be reviewed. He used the word reviewed. And the sort of political discourse, the political drama that followed after that is for everyone to see. But we have to understand that Mr. Rahul Gandhi's word reflects the Congress party's commitment to the idea of social justice. Mr. Rahul Gandhi will roam around the country. Kahan hai SC, ST, OBC? Kahan hai SC, ST, OBC? I throw an open challenge to you, Maria. On your show tonight, I want to debate with Mr. Rahul Gandhi on the idea of representation, social justice. Today we have two
Anshul
Adivasi
Abhijit,
CM in
caution.
Odisha and in Chhattisgarh. Today we have two Dalit deputy CM in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh.
It's about
I want to
better
challenge
choice
Mr.
of
Rahul Gandhi.
words.
Social justice is not about optics.
Could it have been
Phone cut
avoided?
gaya yaar.
Again, because first you make your point, then you issue a rejoinder, issue a clarification. How is it helping his politics?
And in Chhattisgarh, today we have two Dalit deputy CM in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh.
Anshul.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
No, well, the clarification, there was no need. Actually, it was crystal clear. Nobody is touching reservations. There was a background given. There was a question asked. This was a question asked session. I mean, we know the entire background. We went on a Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. I accompanied him there. We were talking about breaching the 50% of reservations, in fact, making it stronger. Can it be feasible in this ecosystem of untruths? I mean, the BJP is purveyors of untruth like there has not been. I can't even imagine this. This is completely unthinkable. Even you're staring in disbelief in what they've taken up. Look, we've been at the forefront of the battle for social equity and social injustice. The first reservations was included, the amendment to the constitution. We even talked about reservations in promotions. The Supreme Court came in later. But then all the laws about protecting this community, about atrocities, about removal of untouchability, about reservations for backward classes, for women, it was all brought by the Congress party.
Similarly,
the
BJP,
an unfailing commitment.
through the elections and also 2015 as, Bihar elections, as Guru Prakash Paswan is talking about it, did not really talk about doing away with reservation. But it was sliced and
I'll tell you why.
So my question is,
Maria,
the choice of words, and is it problematic to speak the way he did? That is my limited problem.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what is problematic. Just in early August, there was an article in the Panchajanya by the RSS editor of the Panchajanya saying that actually the caste system is a unifying factor. And then there was an attack on Mr. Rahul Gandhi that no, when you attack the caste system, which we do continuously and it should be, you are behaving like the Kadolianists. There were glowing tributes to the caste system. And we all know that the BJP represents the ideology of the RSS. Okay. Not just that. When you talk about the NCRT, all references to caste discriminations in class 6 have been removed. So they are setting the grounds for the removal of the of reservations. If there was no atrocities in the past, there is no historical
I go back to Guru Prakash Paswan, a word from Salim Dharanidharan. Is it embarrassing for the India bloc, because you're part of the alliance, to look at this statement, then counter statement, clarifications, rejoinders?
See, I think the first and foremost, DMK was the reason why reservation was introduced in India. In 1951, it was the DMK's protest that resulted in the constitutional amendment. And again in the 1990s, the DMK, only because of DMK, the reservation exceeded the 50% quota and touched 69%. And again, DMK was the first party to implement subcategorization within the OBCs, as a classification called as MPCs, and then within Dalits for 3% for Arundhatiyas, and again for Muslims within the OBC reservation. So DMK has always stood for social justice and always believed reservation and affirmative action is a way to uplift people. So we would have raised a question if anything on anything against reservation was raised by Rahul Gandhi ji. No, if his speech was very clear. He is saying that 10% of the people occupy 90% of the spots in governmental office, in private sector. My question is very simple. If BJP has to move away from rhetoric, right? Question is, why are there only one union secretary out of the 67 union secretaries, non-general category people? So only one OBC plus SC plus ST, right, is a union secretary, and joint secretary is only 3%. Additional secretary is only 2%. Right, when 73% of the population are OBC plus SC plus ST, and then you want to begin lateral entry without a reservation for joint secretary, for position of joint secretary, additional secretary, and director, which means BJP is trying to dilute reservation. Who makes policies for the rest of the country? People at the level of director, joint secretary, etc.
Okay.
So when these people
Okay, Guru, a quick response, and then I bring in the experts. Please go ahead.
No, Maria, you would remember the President K. Armstrong of Bahujan Samaj Party in Tamil Nadu. The same social justice friendly DMK was in power. What did you do? Was there any follow-up action? You name one consequential Dalit leader in the DMK who is not part of the family. You won't be able to name. This is your commitment. Optics won't do. And my friend Anshul from the Congress party, let me remind you and your viewers, Maria, Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister, in an open letter to Chief Minister, has categorically said that I oppose any kind of reservation. Father of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, late Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, on the floor of the House, had the audacity to say that I am against the recommendation of Mandal Commission. Grandmother of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, from the ramparts of Red Fort, has opposed reservation. So we have to understand, Maria, that it runs in the DNA of the Congress's first family. The Congress's first family,
no, but
and Mr. Rahul Gandhi today has become a true
he will take reservation beyond
last
50%.
10 seconds, Maria, last 10 seconds. Maria, ek to phone cut gaya tha. Last 10 seconds. Mr. Rahul Gandhi today has become the face of neo-feudalism in India. Nav Samantavad ke pratik ho gaye Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Like I said, how many chief minister Dalit or Adivasi? Whole country Mr. Rahul Gandhi will move around. SC, ST, OBC, SC, ST, OBC. Where is ST, OBC? You have power in Telangana. Is there a Dalit CM or an Adivasi CM? Where in power in Odisha? There is an Adivasi chief minister. Where in power in Chhattisgarh? There is an Adivasi chief minister. Where in power in Madhya Pradesh? There is a Dalit deputy chief minister. Where in power in Rajasthan? There is a Dalit deputy chief minister. First chief information commissioner.
Let me bring in Dr. Rani and Amitabh Tiwari. These two on the screen now, please. Politicians, just be patient for a few minutes. Let them speak. Dr. Tokas, I'm coming to you because I want to understand, because what has invariably happened is that through this debate on reservation, constitution, it has taken the central narrative of the Indian political dialogue now. Everything revolves around constitution and, whether it's slicing, splicing, but it is about who will give more reservation, who will not give who will cut reservation or reduce reservation.
Thank you so much for asking such a concrete and such an essential question. In fact, I think we need to really understand and go back to the basics. The thing is that when we talk about Indian politics, we need to understand that it's embedded in the social fabric. And if we have to understand the kind of narratives that are being generated and while having the elections around the corner, I think it is very important to first go beyond only the concern of formal institutions, of the political parties, of the electoral processes. We need to understand that the Indian politics is very much embedded in the idea of caste, class, religion, region, and the question of how media also portrays at times. It's very important, and gender, of course. So while this whole question of that India would be a fair place. So we know historically India has been a place wherein it is known for unity in diversities. And I see it as a completely ideological war. We need to understand the social context that we are located in. And as I said, the elections are around the corner. So it is but natural for different political parties to be coming up with their own narratives. So if you see and if you hear the whole speech that was given in the US by Rahul Gandhi, we need to understand the context in which he was talking about
Absolutely.
it, and then pinpointing and bringing something which is relevant for your
What you
political
said
party
in the context of how
is one way.
it
So
is
you are
becoming
reinforcing
more
your
and more,
political ideology.
yeah, it's crystallizing into sharpened ideological war
What bank
playing out
politics?
between the Congress and the BJP going ahead, with constitution reservation being the central plank now. Amitabh Tiwari, your thoughts on this new reservation which is back on the horizon?
See, caste census played a big role in the 2024 general elections, and it did cost the BJP. If you see, the OBC support for the NDA fell by 4%, and the Dalit community support fell by 5%. So the BJP has been trying to meander through this issue for some time now, with a chorus going for conducting a caste census, including from some of the allies. Now, with this statement of Rahul Gandhi, and in this age of social media, it might have been taken out of context, but what the BJP perhaps feels that it has a chance, like in 2015 when the RSS chief made the statement, it was taken out of context and a narrative was built by the RJD, JDU and Congress alliance at that point of time, and it cost the BJP dearly in the elections. However, can the BJP make this such a big issue in this time? I don't think it could play a significant role at this point of time in the elections. Mind you, in Haryana, 68% Dalits and even 51% OBCs backed the India bloc in 2024 general elections. So it is very, very important for the BJP to get back this OBC and Dalit community votes, and it is trying to link the earlier stance of the Congress on OBC reservation with the statement made by Rahul Gandhi recently to try to establish a link that the party has historically been anti-reservation, because that's what the BJP, the Congress has been using as a tool against the BJP. However, this is also, the people might see is as a diversion from the real basic issues when you go to the elections, because elections in Haryana are still around a month away, and whether the BJP will be able to sustain this narrative over the next 4 weeks, it looks difficult.
Okay. And Dr. Tokas, the question certainly is that yes, this was a narrative that was built by the Mahagathbandhan parties in Bihar against RSS and BJP. It was again the narrative which was built by India bloc against the BJP. Why is it that it sounds convincing on one side, although, when it comes to caste census, the Congress hasn't been the party which has backed caste census or caste divisions the way the BJP is doing under Prime Minister Modi. The OBC politics in India has taken again that the arch has been expanded during this new India that we keep talking about, the OBC representation that we see in various spaces, which has to do with governance or otherwise in the BJP.
I think it's very important to understand that how is it, the social structure, identities, and the question of processes by which these concerns of, OBCs, the reservation, or, to talk about affirmative action, this whole idea of affirmative action, in place is more talked about around the time of when you're campaigning or during the election. I think it's very important to reflect on these questions. And certainly, yes, we all know it's a way of banking on the minorities in the country. But however, it is also very important and significant for, as a sociologist to understand that, and so as to have a whole picture that how is it that the different minorities have been going under a lot of atrocities, over the years. So if, I was just going through a human rights report in 2020, if you see, so there have been so many religious atrocities, particularly towards few communities. And if you see the data, so like almost 97% of, if we talk about one of the kind of crimes as regards cow killing happening, so that happened between 2010 to 17. However, the 86% rise can be seen happening from 2014 to 17. So it does indicate there have been some sort of atrocities prior
Let
to
me go back to the politicians and
the
put the
regime coming
focus.
into place. But
Yes, ma'am, I'm
these are
coming to
kind
you.
of
I'm coming to
positive.
you.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the focus back on this entire discussion on reservation. You know, the point here again is, Anshul Abhijit, RSS chief's statement was taken out of context. Again, this Char So Par slogan was taken out of context and interpreted, misinterpreted and propagated by India Bloc during elections, saying that BJP has a plan of doing away with reservation, and then we saw that significant shift, particularly among the Dalits. So you have used the same trick that the BJP is doing now.
No, the RSS comments were never taken out of context. I think you should read their editorials. They're in their mouthpiece. They've taken a consistently anti-reservation stand. Nobody believes them. If they keep changing their stand now and they say something else tomorrow, the RSS and the BJP, first of all, they have absolutely, I don't know what nerves they have to compare colonialism when they had absolutely, they were, in leagues with the British during the anti-colonial movement. So the RSS and the BJP have always had consistently the stand of anti-reservation, so there's no confusion over there. On the other hand, the Congress party has continuously promoted the reservation policy and towards the goal of social justice.
Okay.
That's what it keeps doing.
That is what
Mr.
Guru
Rahul
Prakash
Gandhi
Paswan,
spoke
here is
about.
Amitabh Tiwari, who is of the opinion that this will be essentially not benefiting you electorally. It will be seen as a diversionary tactic. Because you have a government in Haryana for the last 10 years, there is anti-incumbency, you have to show your report card, rather than you're talking about something which will not be so significant in this election.
No, Maria, let me make this very clear. I am very completely fed up of this thing. Oh, Mr. Rahul Gandhi's statement was taken out of context. For how long you are going to babysit and spoon feed Mr. Rahul Gandhi? How many times, Maria, I saw so many of my co-panelists saying the same thing over and over again. Oh my God, Mr. Rahul Gandhi's statement was taken out of context. For how long, for God's sake? Maria, I have a book in front of me. And I admire my friend Anshul Abhijit. He has been talking about the editorials of Panjanya. Here is a book by senior journalist, a greatest journalist of our generation, Neerja Chaudhary ji. On the page number 61, Babu Jagjivan Ram, my friend Anshul's grandfather, he has to say that a Chamar can never become a prime minister of this country. And why he has to say this? Because Indira Gandhi ji categorically said, Jagjivan Ram Pradhan Mantri nahi banne chahiye, wo kabhi hatenge nahi. And my friend Anshul Abhijit is talking about the Panjanya editorial.
No, that was later.
This is history.
That was mentioned by
him later. Sir,
him
I did not
later.
speak when you were speaking, sir. Sir, I did not speak when you
Let
were
him
speaking.
speak.
Anshul, let's
Let
have a
him
civil
speak,
debate.
yeah.
Thank you, Anshul. I did not speak when you were speaking. So this is the documentary. This is the documentary evidence available for everyone. Neerja Chaudhary in this book on page number 61 categorically saying that Babu Jagjivan Ram, one of the tallest Dalit leader after Baba Saheb Ambedkar, he has to say with a lot of pain and agony that a Dalit can never become the Prime Minister of India. Why? Because Madam Indira Gandhi said it. Jagjivan Ram nahi banne chahiye. Jagjivan Ram nahi banne chahiye. Jagjivan Ram nahi banne chahiye. This is the mindset of the Congress party. And Maria, you are accusing us, the BJP and the RSS, there are accusations on us, the BJP and the RSS, that we are anti-reservation, we are anti-social justice. On the contrary, Maria, if you see from 1990s, Vinay Katiyar, OBC, Uma Bharti, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Kalyan Singh, today Mohan Maji, Orissa CM, Adivasi, Chhattisgarh, Adivasi, VD Sai, today Dalit Deputy CM in Rajasthan, Dalit Deputy CM in Madhya Pradesh. For the first time, Maria, first Chief Information Commissioner, Dalit. For the first time, Maria, Chairman Railway Board, Dalit. For the first time, Maria, a woman as the Vice Chancellor of Jamia Millia Islamia University. For the first time, Maria, a Pasmanda Muslim as a Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University. For the first time, Maria, Adivasi ki beti as the highest constitutional office in the country. For the first time, Maria, a Pasmanda Muslim from Jammu Kashmir reaches the Rajya Sabha. For the first time, Maria, we have seen a historical representation of SC, ST, OBC, and this is what
Point
we want.
taken.
We no longer need your lip service. We no longer need your rhetoric.
Guru, point taken.
Can I come in?
Yes.
Can I just counter?
No, one moment. Salim,
just a point of clarification.
Salim will get 30 seconds and then I'll give the last word to Amitabh.
First thing,
Please go ahead.
BJP
Salim.
my friend. I think BJP spokesperson and friend like BJP, I mean, his leader Modi thinks whatever he can speak and he can get away with it. I think he should try films and
Okay,
not
counter
politics.
him then.
Right? There is no data. I'm telling you, right? 40% of crimes against Dalit are recorded in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, both ruled by BJP. What are they doing about it? Tamil Nadu is not even in the bottom 5 in crimes
Give
against
me
Dalits.
the data.
Like 1 in 4 Dalit
Stop
entrepreneurs
lying
live
on
in Tamil
national
Nadu.
television.
1 in 4 Dalit entrepreneurs
Stop
live in
lying
Tamil
on
Nadu.
national
The
television, my
president
friend.
was not allowed to for the
Jhoot bol
inauguration
rahe
of the parliament building. Why? Because of the they want to follow Manu Smriti, and she was not allowed. The former president
protocol.
was not
Usual
allowed into
argument,
a
Maria.
temple in Orissa. Can these things happen in Tamil Nadu? Tamil Nadu is the only place where we had made people of all castes can become priests. Has any BJP state done it? BJP rule state? No. What are we coming and talking here? Right? You may say a lot of things, but that's why only one union secretary belongs to OBC, SC, and ST. Right? What have we done for startups?
Okay, Amitabh Tiwari, let's discuss quickly in 20 seconds what is going to be a potential political fallout of the statement and the rejoinder. Or do you think it's just temporary, 24 hours of headline and it will be all over?
I think it could have just a temporary impact, because when the star campaigners start campaigning in in Haryana and J&K, the focus might shift to the local issues at hand. You asked a very interesting question as to why it works for certain parties and why it does not, the narrative does not work for certain party, and just more research needs to be done. But if you see, wherever BJP won seats in Lok Sabha, which is MP, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, they had chief ministers from OBC or SC/ST communities. And wherever they lost seat, which is UP, Rajasthan and Maharashtra.
Okay. I think that's an important point that you're making there, Amitabh.
So representation is the key.
Representation certainly is the key if you want to discuss reservation. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Anshul Avijit, Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, Amitabh Tiwari, Salim Dharanidharan and Dr. Rani Tokas. That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching.